Want to go look at it?
Where is it?
Out in the garage.
Why?
Isn't that cool?
Somebody. No!
Hey, what's up everyone out there? Welcome back to the channel. And today, as you can see, we are not in the safety and comfort of our gaming room. We are actually on another adventure picking up some gaming history. And what we have in store for you guys today is a local seller has a California Speed Atari Games gaming chair that was used for the arcade. He doesn't have the cab, but he has the chair. So I got an incredible deal on it. I thought it would be an incredible piece to add to the collection, and a one-of-a-kind piece that I would have specifically in my game room. So let's go check this thing out. It's a little gloom and doom out here. It's raining pretty hard right now, so hopefully the seller, is still willing to sell it, under the weather conditions. But according to the messages, he's still on. So we're gonna go ahead and head out there and see if we can pick this thing up. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, so like I said, we are on a gaming adventure once again. We are heading a little ways out of town, not quite as far as our last adventure where we picked up the original Xbox kiosk. If you haven't checked out that video, I highly recommend it. We had tons of fun traveling out there and picking up that gaming history. And this particular piece that we're out to get, I can remember playing it as a kid on the Nintendo 64, just having a blast, playing with my brothers, and yeah, so with any luck, this thing is as good as the photos are. It's in need of a minor restoration. So was the Xbox original kiosk, but with a little love and a little know-how, then I think that this piece will be a great contribution to the game room. So it still has the tag that's on the back side of it. It still has the logoing on the chair. The wood that holds the base together looks to be in fairly decent shape. A couple nicks and a couple paint scratches here and there, but nothing too crazy. But then again, the price that this gentleman is asking for it is just completely dirt cheap for this thing. If everything goes smoothly, then should get this thing for $10. $10, guys. On eBay, the chairs alone without the cab portion are selling for around $100, and the shipping costs on that are around $150 to $200 to get these chairs shipped without the bottom base. Because I'll go ahead and throw up an image of the cab right now. The cabinet itself is essentially, nothing without that chair. You need that chair to actually finish the piece to make it a racing simulator, which is what this game in this arcade cabinet does. But that's it, guys. Next panel will be hopefully picking it up. I'll see you then. Oh my God. Woo. Whenever I left my house, there was like one cloud in the sky, guys. It is torrential downpour. And she had no one with her to help me pack it in. So I had to carry that thing. That thing's heavy, dude. I tried to dry it off as best as I could to save the artwork on the side, but holy cow, that was something. Woo! Alright. So we got it in, and man, it is coming down. Headed back home. Can't see anything. She was super nice. Got a little bit more information. She lives like way out in the freaking sticks, man. And the road is flooded. Crazy. Like I said, we're on an adventure though. Hunting down that gaming history. She was kind enough to take my offer of $10 for this thing. And I wanted to film the conversation, but she didn't want to be put on film. Understandable. Her prerogative. So I just kind of have to briefly touch you up on the conversation. We conversed about it just a little bit, and I asked her, where did she get this thing? Does she know any of the history on it? Where did she get it? And she said that she actually got it out of a local arcade, that's exactly what I want to hear. It's a local piece. It's part of my gaming history. There's a local gaming arcade, and it unfortunately, just like many others, went under during the fall of the arcade reign, but she got it from a local arcade that I remember going to as a kid. It's insane. So now that piece locally is becoming a permanent collective piece in my gaming room. Super awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and get off here because it's coming down pretty hard. I want to pay attention to the road, safety first, and I'll catch you guys back in the gaming room where you can get a really good look at this thing. As you can see, it's right there back up behind me. But until then, guys, see you in the next panel. Alright guys, we got it back home, finally stopped raining and storming, so we can get here and show you a little bit of this thing. This is the Atari Games California Speed Chair. This chair was released with the arcade cabinet back in 1997, roughly 23 years ago. This would fix to the arcade itself and have a steering wheel and pedals attached to it as well at the bottom. And the lady that I was purchasing this off of, she was gonna throw this thing away. She said if nobody came and picked it up, she was asking 20. I talked her down to 10 because why not? And yeah, she was just gonna throw this thing away. So this is a unique, awesome piece of gaming history. So I wanted to save it. It needs, minor restorations. There's definitely some things that can be done. As far as the structure of the chair, it's really solid. A couple nicks here and there, nothing too crazy. Everything down in here can definitely use a brushing up. You got some rust paint chip, something I can take apart and repair there and restore. I can probably take a pressure washer to this here to make that look brand new. And then we have a little storage compartment that would typically fix to the unit itself, but since we don't have that cabinet, then I was thinking maybe even as I'm setting in my game room, I can put my controllers in there and make that a little clean storage compartment. You know, so whenever I sit down, I'll reach down and grab my controllers and I'll be good to go. It does luckily have wheels, so it completely is mobile. Looking over the back of the unit, very clean and solid piece. It's definitely dirty, but as far as the structure of it is clean all the way down. And then it does have the license plate on there, California Atari Speed, right there, which was so cool to see. I just couldn't see this thing be thrown away. I had to repurpose it, you know, salvage it, and completely restore it as much as I can. Plus, how's this thing for a gaming chair, guys? Talk about having a unique piece to add to the collection. Even the chair that you sit in my gaming room is going to be a piece of gaming history. Speaking of gaming history, this particular chair was used in an arcade before the fall of the arcades in my hometown. So on top of it being an Atari piece and a piece of video gaming history, it's a piece of my local culture. And who knows, maybe one day whenever I was a kid, I actually sat in this thing and ripped some corners going through the turnpikes on California Speed. So really exciting stuff, guys. And if you're interested to see my progress on this, then I'll be restoring it and doing a amateur or intro level restore on it. I want to keep it as original as possible. Definitely don't want to mess with the paint. The paint quality is actually pretty good. This is, of course, the original paint. There's a couple chips along the bottom that might need touching up, and of course where the fixture mounts are, then I'm probably going to cover that up to make it a little bit less apparent. I might even fill it in and then paint over it, because all the parts are black. That would be really easy to paint over. There's no multi-textures through there, so I might actually just do that. And then on the front piece, I might even do like a plastic lining or something in there to make that just a really solid storage piece, to cover up the wood paneling that's along the outside, just to make it look like it's supposed to do that. The adjustments on it, I love these big knobs, man. That just takes me back, but it actually works where you can move and adjust a chair, so no need to do any restos there. Maybe a little bit of lubrication in there. And then again, on this side, the paint is actually pretty solid. It just has that iconic Atari symbol, and then just again those little bolt holes that I can potentially fill in and paint black. Luckily those aren't, you know, right where the lines are. You know, that'll do really good as well. And then on the back of the piece, you know, just making that shine. These decals are, as you can see, they got some topical dust on it, but other than that, they are in immaculate shape, as well as the Atari symbol down here for the California Speeds license plate. But that's it, guys. That's the video, and stay tuned for further restorations on this. I'm super proud and honored to be able to put this in the collection and show this and take you on another adventure. So until next time, guys, I'll catch you then.
Mega Man!